Awesome. First of all, welcome everybody to the conference call today. This is another teleclass and interview series, and before I get started, I definitely have to give it up to GaREIA, an awesome organization to be a part of if you're serious about your real estate investing. The other thing I wanted to say is that we have the best president, Mike Jacobson, and our executive director. I apologize, I'm the marketing director, but our executive director, Karen Yap, is an amazing person also. I'm just, as you can hear in my voice, I love GaREIA and everything that we bring to the public to help your real estate investing go to the next level. And I'm excited about today's call. We're getting to get some information and just hear from a young lady. I'm going to let her tell you a little bit about herself and give you an idea of what she has done in the arena of wholesaling when it comes to real estate investing. So I'm going to turn the call over to Tracy. Tracy, can you please just share with the audience, Tracy Caywood, exactly what you would like them to know about yourself, who you are, and how long you've been doing wholesaling and the systems you've put in place.
Okay, good. And thank you for having me on the call today. I'm very excited to be coming to GaREIA to share some very good information with everybody. So thank you for the invitation and having me on today. I am from Jacksonville, Florida. I've been here my whole life and started wholesaling real estate when I was 25 years old. So I started out kind of young, didn't have a lot of resources or knowledge about the business. Started out with the Carlton Sheets course, and that didn't work out real well for me. I didn't understand any of that lingo, which kind of led me to wholesaling. And within 2 months, that's about how long it took me to make my first check. And remember, the internet was not as great as it is now, like Facebook and, Twitter and all these forums and places we can go to get answers. I didn't really have that, so it was a bit of a struggle, but I closed my first deal in 1998, made $1,200, and quit my job. And this is a true story. Quit my job, struggled for a while, but, said this was amazing, that I could make money this easy just by following these steps, which I learned in the book. The book was actually Kevin Myers. That's a little course that I bought for $69. And I just felt like this was the means to an end. I did not like the corporate world, 9-to-5 job. I worked at a Fortune 500 company, and it was instant relief for me to close my first deal and make the little $1,200 check that I made, and know, it was validation for me that this was something that I could do. So I have been a full-time wholesaler ever since 1998. I've flipped, and I say flip in the term of assignment. That's what I call a flip. I know some people refer to flips as rehabs, but if I say flip, it means assign or wholesale. I have flipped more than 400 houses since 1998. It might be coming up close to 500 now, but all in Jacksonville, all local market. I haven't done any virtual, so everything's right here. And over the last, 8 years, I started changing my business model a little bit and said, I'm doing way too much work. So, the first half of the business was all exciting, and I worked probably 12 or 14 hours a day just trying to soak up all the knowledge and do as much as I could do and do everything myself. And wholesaling is a business. That's from start to finish. It's an entire business. And wholesalers do the entire business themselves. They are all the employees. Well, I started to realize I didn't like that very much. I didn't like doing all the work and being, not being able to leave town if I wanted to because I had a deal closing or I had houses for sale or, sellers I was working with. So I started to outsource a little bit of my business at a time, starting with my marketing just to make sure that even if I left, Even if I went on vacation, or even if I decided I didn't want to work that day, I would still have seller leads coming into my funnel, which I think is the ultimately most important part of being a wholesaler, is always having motivated seller leads. So I started automating that process, and it worked out really well. I have virtual assistants that started implementing this for me, and my leads were coming in automatically without any effort on my part. I was just micromanaging my VAs. And I liked that so much, and found some software that enhanced my business. And now, today, I've got about 90% of my wholesaling business completely automated. I really only deal with the absolute most motivated sellers and the absolute buyers that are ready to buy and write me a check. So I don't deal with anybody who's unmotivated, and no tire kickers. Everybody, when it comes to me, when they finally make it to in front of my desk, or get me on the phone, they're ready to do business. And that's really the only part that I play in the wholesaling business, is doing what I like. Those are the two essential parts of the business that I actually enjoy, is dealing with the people who are ready to sign the contract. So that's what I'm going to do on the 12th, May 12th, when I come to GaREIA, is show you guys how to automate my marketing and how you can automate your marketing in your wholesaling business to never run out of leads again.
Well, I'm excited that you're speaking about that, Tracy, because I'm actually going to be at GaREIA at the Deal Makers tomorrow talking about marketing, because a lot of people don't realize that you've got to automate your marketing. To really get your business where you're not only building financial freedom, but you're building a lifestyle freedom. You need to have systems in place. So I'm really excited that you're coming out to share that. If somebody is brand new to the business, is there something that you can tell them on this call would be that they should start thinking about? Because I've talked to people, and some of them don't even know what they want to accomplish in the business. So what would be the first thing you would tell a newcomer to start thinking about?
That's a good question, and probably the most important one for new investors is, where should I start? And I always have the same answer for everyone. Sometimes investors are worried about finding a title company and finding buyers and finding hard money if they need to. What about the contracts and how do I fill that out? And I always say, none of that matters. None of that matters right now. That's all behind the scenes. What's most important right now to a new investor or somebody that's been in the business for 25 years, the same thing is the most important, and that is generating motivated seller leads. So that's what I think that's what I think a new investor should focus on, is a marketing plan, a marketing budget, even if it's small, something that they can be consistent with. If your budget, only allows for $200 a month, then make sure you carve out $200 a month every single month and be consistent with a marketing plan. And it will happen. It's going to work. It does work as long as you're consistent with your marketing and not give up on that. And then once you get a seller lead, all that other stuff, well, we'll worry about that then. But we don't need to worry about anything unless you have a seller that's calling you on the phone that's ready to sell.
And what would you say to somebody who says, I'm a seasoned investor and I don't believe in social media? I don't think it's necessary.
Social media is, that's kind of new to the business, so I wouldn't disagree with them wholeheartedly. I think social media can be added to somebody's marketing campaigns and their plan, to implement social media. Social media to me is very high maintenance. It's something that you constantly have to be in there doing it. But that can be outsourced. So I don't think social media is a essential part of success to a wholesaler. I think our sellers are out there, they're everywhere. They're online. Everyone's online. The majority of our world is online, but social media is a little different as far as generating leads. So I don't think it's critical for success to be knowledgeable about social media.
Okay. And what would you say to somebody who says, okay, I like doing everything myself? And really, I think people say that when they don't know how to put systems in place. But I run into people, even at GaREIA, who say to me, I'm pretty much a one-man show. I do everything myself. And they're not able to enjoy their family, and they're the phone's always ringing. They can't even go enjoy a 2-hour movie. How would you get them to see the importance of implementing these type of systems?
Well, first I would say, if you like to do everything yourself, you are crazy. Who wants to do everything themselves? I mean, in the beginning, as a new investor, I think you should, go through a couple of deals yourself so that you know the process and you know all of the elements and all the moving parts to making a transaction close. But, after a while, it will eat up all of your time. There are so many moving parts. I mean, once you start to play the roles of everybody and you do everything, you'll see that if you're trying to do everything, something gets neglected. Some part of your puzzle that needs the attention all the time is not going to be done because you get caught up in a transaction. You get caught up, I've got this great deal, and I know if I sell it, I'm going to make a great check, and you put your energy on getting that sold and closed and to the table, and in the meantime, you're forgetting about the other side of the business that still needs your attention is the sellers. What about the seller you told you were going to call back a week ago, and the seller that, is waiting on you to send them a contract? So I think if you're doing everything, you just miss doing some of the most important parts because you're only one person, yeah. You're only one man, but one is the loneliest number. One person.
Exactly.
It's really hard to run an entire business with one person. So if you just, take the time to see how easy it can be to have other people doing it for you, and you'll still be able to make the same amount of money, if not more, because, having a team, you get more things done, and by implementing a system, you become more efficient, and that usually results in more money. You may, have a different outlook on doing everything yourself. Not to mention quality of life. I mean, I'm a big advocate on time is money, and I am only given 24 hours in every day, and I sleep about 1/3 of that. So I want to spend the other 2/3. I want to spend the other 2/3 of my time doing what I want to do. If I want to go to Starbucks and hang out with my husband for a couple hours, then I want to be able to do that. I don't want to say, no, I can't. I'm busy. I gotta go to the closing today. I just don't. I want to have the option. Being the one-man show doesn't give you that option. It really just gives you a job. You really just are an employee of yourself. And
exactly.
I like to be unemployable. I like to put everybody else in that position and make things done for me. Having your time to yourself, once you get a little taste of that and freedom and just being your own boss in every part of your life is really a different way of living. That anybody who could live that way would probably never go back to being the one-man show again.
And I can hear your passion. I'm excited myself just hearing, because I always tell people it takes a different mindset to really become, unemployable. It's just completely different mindset, and you understand that you cannot do everything yourself. So I'm very excited that you're sharing these systems. But Tracy, I'm sure you have a lot of people that want your time, a lot of people asking you to come and speak at different places. Why did you say, okay, I'm going to come and speak at GaREIA?
Because y'all are wonderful people. I actually listen. I really didn't. I'm new to the teaching and speaking to people. I did a webinar on March the 28th, I mean, I have like a little membership group on my website, and we call us the mobsters, and we're the makers of badass investors. And I have a little thing going online, and all the people that's in my group, they know that I'm all about automation, and I don't like the BS. I don't like to waste time, and, you know, they wanted me to share with them how I run my business. And I put together a webinar that I did on March the 28th, and it was 7 hours long. And I had, nearly 300 people attend this webinar. It was online all day long. I just turned on the video camera and did screen shares and showed them exactly how I, you know, from start to finish, how I run my business. And that is really, you know, that created a lot of people like, oh my God, this is crazy. You've got to come, you know, tell us about this. You've got to share that with us. And so I got the invitation from GaREIA and gladly accepted, because it's, I think everybody should be able to see, you know, a new way of doing business. So it's pretty exciting.
And
it's pretty exciting.
Yes, and we're very excited to have you, because wholesaling is like the buzzword of every investor. So we're really excited. And then systems, a lot of people, I can't say this enough, just don't understand. You have to keep improving your systems, and you have to keep layering them. So I know you're going to be sharing a lot of content. So can you tell us again which day they can come out and you know, the event, exactly maybe 2 or 3 topics that you're going to touch on when you speak at GaREIA?
Sure. On May the 12th, that's the general meeting. I'm going to go through the entire how to automate your marketing business. How to automate your marketing in your real estate business. So that, because of time, you know, I'm just going to cover one segment of automating your wholesaling business. So you'll know how to never talk to an unmotivated seller again, and how to get everything done for you and never run out of leads, and all with 15 minutes investment of your time each month. So I'm going to share that with you on the 12th. And then on May 17th, the seminar on Saturday is where I'm going to walk you through. I'm going to do exactly what I did on the webinar and take you through the entire business on both sides, buying houses and selling houses, and how you can put those into automation with the 5 steps of a successful business on both sides, buying and selling. So when you leave there, you will have a complete understanding of what you need to do when you leave there, how to get your business automated from start to finish.
Awesome, awesome. I cannot thank you enough. We just wanted to share a little bit of getting familiar with who you are and what your trainings and teachings are. And I think this is a call well worth listening to over and over. Your passion is very apparent. We can hear it. And, of course, you've worked this enough to be able to just break it down in ways that simplify it for everybody. So before we end the call, because we're not opening up for questions today, is there one thing you'd like to leave the audience with, and then we'll go ahead and close out?
I mean, if they want to get a little familiar with me before I come to GaREIA, they can go to my website, which is propertymob.com, M-O-B, not M-O-M, Property Mob. I mean, that for new investors, there's just a wealth of information there. You can just go, you can get lost on that website. It has every answer that you could ever imagine, and lots of resources and videos and that I've all written myself. So, you know, maybe you can get an idea of what I'm about by going to the website and, you know, checking me out before I get there.
Awesome. And if you don't mind, I'd love to speak to you offline about possibly having you be a guest blogger and share that information on our blog site at GaREIA. But this has really been very helpful. And again, thank you so much for what you're doing, and we are excited that you will be at GaREIA.
Awesome. Thank you. I'm excited too.
Thank you. Okay, have a great day. And everybody, thank you again. Make sure you come out to the general meeting, May the 12th. You can go to GaREIA's website, georgiarea.org, georgiarea.org, GaREIA.org, and look at the information, look at the 7-day forecast, look at the information and the address for the meeting, which is at the Wyndham Hotel. And I encourage you to read the blogs, very, very helpful, and connect with us on Facebook, LinkedIn, Twitter, Google. This information will be on replay within the next 24 hours, and it will be on YouTube for those that have missed it. If you know somebody who's at work and couldn't listen to the call, please share this information with them, because we want to have a great turnout and show Tracy how great GaREIA really is. So again, thank you so much, everybody. Have a great day, and we look forward to seeing you at the general meeting. Talk to you soon.
All right, thank you.
Thank you.
See you. Bye-bye.